Hello and good Yule. Welcome to Turn a Stone Tarot. For today's reading, we are turning our attention to Sweden and the land of the Tomte. The Tomte are mythological creatures. They wear usually red hats and typically gray clothing, although these Tomte are wearing colored clothing. And they like to take care of a household. They like to keep things clean. They like to look after farm animals. They also like to spend time in the forests. They're definitely keepers of the natural world and keepers of animal life. They tend to be very in touch with nature, but they're also in touch with human households and what a human household needs to run smoothly and make sure that everyone in the household is healthy. So they are very industrious beings. They like to do chores and keep busy and make sure that everything is working as well as it possibly can, and that everyone in the environment, including animals, is as healthy as possible. So very sweet little beings, but they're also known to get up to mischief once in a while. They can play a prank or two now and again. They have a wonderful sense of humor. So please enjoy this time with the Tomte. I will be using tarot cards here. I'll be using the Wildwood Tarot deck, and I'll be drawing in messages from the Tomte. So please choose whichever Tomte you feel most drawn to. Pile 1 is the orange Tomte. Pile 2 is the blue Tomte, and pile 3 is the green Tomte. Timestamps are below. Please feel free to skip ahead to your reading, and I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. You chose the orange Tomte. Welcome to your reading. So the first card that came out in your Tomte reading is the Six of Vessels, the reunion card. And this is a wonderful card to get. This is the card of success. This is a card of things working out. This is a card of gaining recognition and joy and abundance. I'm really noticing the gold on this card. So I do see abundance in your future here with this card coming out. I'm also noticing the beautiful natural environment. So I think the Tomte are suggesting that you will be able to find a beautiful natural environment in your future. That may be something that you're looking for. Also with the card of reunion, you may be moving back to a place that you've lived before, or a place that family members have lived before, or you may be meeting people that you knew once upon a time at this new place. All kinds of possibilities with this wonderful card here, but very nice card to get for your reading. So the Tomte are bringing in some lovely abundance and success for you here right away. And I did ask the Tomte, I've got the Tomte weighing in on our households and our relationships with animals and our relationships with nature. So I'll go through those one by one, and we'll start with the Tomte and their observation of your relationship with your home environment. So the card that came out for that is the Three of Vessels, the Joy card, which is a wonderful card to get. So the Tomte are letting me know that you're very happy with your home. You have a very lovely home that you take good care of. You're perhaps very happy there. You like to host people. So, you prepare food and drink in this home. You invite people over. You like to have celebrations at your home. The Tomte are very pleased with the relationship that you have with your home with this card coming out. So you may even consider yourself a bit of a homebody. It looks like you enjoy your home very much. Perhaps you like to decorate and collect things, all kinds of, wonderful celebration and positive emotions associated with the home. So the Tomte are mentioning that. Then I asked about your relationship with the animals, and the Tomte are showing me the Eight of Stones card, the skill card. So this is a very Tomte card to get. This is one of their favorite cards. They love to work and be industrious, and that's definitely what's indicated here on this card. So you may be a pet owner with this card. Maybe you are actively involved in taking care of animals on a regular basis. You may also even work for an organization that works with animals somehow. You may work with animals somehow. I'm definitely seeing, the aspect of work here. And with that hand on the wall, I'm hearing they're giving you a hand. The Tomte are giving you a hand for the work that you do on behalf of animals. They're very pleased with how you're taking care of animals and the work that you do to look after animals. They're very positive about that for you. So that is what they are showing me here, that it's something that you're actively working on, your relationship with animals. I also asked about your relationship with nature, and two cards came out. So the Tomte are showing us the ancestor card and the Three of Stones, creativity. So with this and with this reunion card coming out, again, I'm hearing that you may be returning to a place perhaps where your ancestors once lived or where members of your family once lived. Maybe your ancestral homeland is very important to you. Maybe you're visiting this place or considering relocating to this place. I see building going on with this Three of Stones card. So maybe you're building a new home in a way that has a connection with your ancestors or your family members. There's a lot of roots and rooting going on here in this card. This figure is very much rooting down into the earth. So I get the sense that, the land was very important to your ancestors. They may have been people who worked with the land somehow. So you may be returning to these practices in some way with these cards coming out, but they're definitely, the Tomte are showing me a connection with your personal historical past here that affects your relationship to nature. You might even be engaged in practices somehow that were popular with your ancestors here. I'm thinking like, maybe herbal medicine or something that your ancestors may have also practiced. So a lot of possibilities with this combination, but definitely your roots are very important here in your connection to the natural world. I did ask the Tomte for advice in all of these areas. What advice would they like to offer you regarding your home life, your relationship with animals, and your relationship to nature? And we'll start with the home advice. So for your home environment, the advice that came out, or the little message that they want to share with you, is summer. And it says expansion and growth. And this will only apply to a couple people out there, but right away I'm seeing there's a birth in the summer. We've got the Three of Vessels, and those look like the cranes in that card could also be considered to look like storks. And with the words expansion and growth, I'm seeing a stork delivering a baby in the summer. So that's going to apply to someone out there. But for others of us, this can point to perhaps travel in the summer that maybe will bring us to these ancestral lands here, or to a place where we're going to be relocating in the summer. Things look very joyful here with these sunflowers coming up, and then of course it coming out underneath the joy card. So I do feel that you have a very joy-filled summer ahead of you, whenever your summer is. And also with growth here and expansion, you may be adding on to a home in the summer months. That's a possibility here too, with this coming out under your home position. So, and it looks to be a very sweet change here with this bee on the card and the sunflower. I think very positive indicators there. So that is a little message from the Tomte about your home life. Regarding your relationship to animals, I got the zebra card. And this is often the card of adventure. So I don't know if you're traveling somehow in a way that's related to animals, going to maybe some far-flung place. This often indicates, far-flung travel, the zebra card. It's also certainly a card of creativity. So maybe, the Tomte are asking you to be creative in your work with animals somehow. I'm getting with the orange Tomte, orange is a color of creativity. And you got the Eight of Stones card, and it looks like that cloth that the figure is wearing is an orange cloth. And then this is a very creative card here, the zebra. So there's some kind of creativity that's urged for you here in your work with animals. For a few of you too, you may work with horses here with the zebra coming out. They may be asking you for creative solutions in your work with horses. Getting a lot of horse energy from that card. Also, I'm hearing adaptability too. I heard recently that the stripes on the zebra, they confuse the flies, and so the flies don't land on the zebra because of this unusual stripe pattern they have. And zebras are, I think, just about the only animal in the animal kingdom that has this peculiar pattern of stripes. And so they're encouraging you to be adaptable, to evolve, perhaps, to use your creativity and your skill and your flamboyance. Even I'm hearing the word flamboyance to kind of move this endeavor forward here. Your work with animals forward. You may even work in communicating something about animals here. I'm noticing the smoke that's coming out of those pots in the Eight of Stones card. So some kind of communication may be relevant regarding animals. But a lot of creativity here, a lot of just interesting ways of evolving things and doing things and finding solutions with this zebra card. And then, of course, the horse energy coming out there as well. So you may be somebody who works with horses. Okay, and then we have with your relationship to the land, I asked for some Tomte advice there, and they have change. It says, falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. So again, I'm getting this message of a home change potentially for you in the coming sort of months or years. You may feel that you're kind of at a change point when you're coming across this reading. Maybe you're considering making some kind of change in the future, or you're already in the process of it. But it looks like change is indicated in terms of the environment where you'll be in. And maybe you're moving to an environment that's a little more in tune with nature, something that has more natural abundance freely available to you with this change card here. That is definitely a possibility. And it also signifies kind of the fulcrum point between the fall season and the winter, the start of winter. So, maybe this change is occurring for you at around that time. And the next card that came out for you is adventure. And then we're going back to our zebra here. That is a card of adventure. And this one is a card of adventure, and the words here are live wild and free. And I'm noticing, this zebra is a wild animal. Zebras are not a domesticated animal. So I think the Tomte are really encouraging you to, get back to your wildness here and to create more freedom for yourself, for your spirit. Maybe create some freedom for the animals in your world. Create more freedom for animals in general. The Tomte are really encouraging you to explore, your own wild nature and to assist the animals perhaps to be more free in the world. They approve of that strongly. And then the final card I got for your reading was the frog and lotus. And the word here is metamorphosis. So again, going right back to that change. You've got, this is a card of change. That's a card of change. The zebra card, I think, is associated with change as well. So you've got a lot of indicators of, a change, perhaps a very positive change ahead for you. Frogs, of course, are very sensitive to their environment. So I think the Tomte are encouraging you here, especially when I see this card and her really sort of rooting down and tuning into those rocks. To really use your senses to kind of help discern what environment is going to be best for you as you move forward in life. And also to really help the natural world rebalance itself here with the frog and lotus. This is often a card of healing and rebalancing as well. So beautiful reading, my pile ones. I think the Tomte are very pleased with the work that you're doing in the world with regarding your home and the way that you treat animals and your relationship to nature. It looks like it's going to be deepening here in the future and in really positive and lovely ways. So I thank you very much on behalf of the Tomte. If you liked this reading, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you'd like to see more readings like this, I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in a future reading. Thank you. Hello, Pile 2. You chose the blue Tomte. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way I've organized this reading, I'm going to ask the Tomte for their observations about your relationship with your home, your relationship with animals, and your relationship with nature in general. So we'll go one by one through those steps. But first of all, let me talk about the first card that came out for you. It's kind of your lead card. And that card is the Queen of Stones. And it's the bear in this deck. This would be the Queen of Pentacles in traditional decks. So with this card, it looks like a mama bear protecting her cave. I'm getting the sense that you're somebody who loves your family very much. You probably love your home very much. You're very kind of aware of your resources in the material world, and you're very protective over them. You're also protective of your loved ones. With this card, I'm also getting like single mother energy or single person energy. You may be a single mother or you may be a single person. You're very good at sort of guarding what you have and guarding your children, guarding your family, guarding your pets, guarding your loved ones here. You're very good at looking out for things here with this bear card. So that may resonate with you. So let's look into the Tomte's observations about your home life. And the first card that came out for you is the Three of Vessels, Joy. And this card came out in pile 1 as well. So you may have been drawn to that pile. Exact same card, exact same position. That's always a little mind-blowing when that happens, but came out in both readings. So this tells me that you really love your home life. You're very happy at home. With these 3 cranes here, you may be part of a family of 3, or there may be 3 people in your household. But I am getting the sense of entertaining, a lot of having people over, a lot of preparing food and beverages, perhaps for your guests, for people who come over, or for the people who live in your household. I'm getting good times, good conversation. So home seems to be a happy place for you. And the Tomte applaud this. They're always very supportive of people who love their homes. They think the home is very important. So the home seems to be a place where you really thrive. And then for the advice from the Tomte, we got the Turtle and the Coriander card. So with this card, I'm seeing the Tomte are encouraging you to slow down. I don't know if you feel like things at home are maybe a little hectic sometimes, but they really want you to slow down. The word on this card, the Turtle and Coriander, is satisfaction. So they really want you to fully appreciate, all of the richness that is available to you in your home life. So maybe by slowing down and really appreciating and noticing all of the wonderful richness that you have when you're at home, that can be beneficial to you. This card in particular is also the card of concealed worth. So it could be maybe if you own a home, your home may be worth more than you realized. But it can also point to, your home life really enriches your experience in more ways than you may realize. So they're really encouraging you to pay attention to all of the richness that you are receiving from your home environment. And maybe that's done by, creating beautiful surroundings in your home. Maybe you like to decorate, maybe you like to make it look beautiful, and that really helps you to wind down and calm down at the end of a day. Things of that nature. But especially with the bear card here, the bear is another sort of slower creature. So slowness is something that the Tomte are encouraging for you at this time. And then, of course, we asked the Tomte about your relationship to animals. And the card that came out for that is Ace of Arrows, the breath of life. I'm getting a couple things for this card. First of all, I'm hearing rescue. You may, with the breath of life, you may have rescued an animal, or you may be thinking about rescuing an animal. That's a possibility with this card. Or it also suggests ideas too. Maybe you've had an idea related to animals recently that you've been thinking about, or maybe an inspiration about animals is going to be coming to you soon. Maybe you're thinking about getting a pet, or thinking about changing animal products in your diet, perhaps. Some kind of idea about your relationship to animals either has surfaced recently or may be coming up for you. This can be the card of inspiration. So, you may have some wonderful ideas related to your relationship to animals sort of coming through. For the Tomte's advice here, the Earthworm card came up, and the Earthworm can be a card of shyness and reticence, maybe not feeling quite ready to share one's gifts. The Earthworm. So I think what the Tomte are suggesting here is that you perhaps possess some lovely compassion and kindness, and I think they really want you to share this quality with the animal world. So they're encouraging you to sort of tap into your inner qualities of love, compassion, kindness, and bring that into your relationship with animals. They would really love to see you combine that. That this may be something that's possibly a little beneath your awareness at this time, with the Earthworm card here being kind of an underground thing. But it is something that Tomte would like to invite you to explore, sharing your inner qualities of love, compassion, and kindness with the animals. And maybe you do that by rescuing an animal. That's one possibility, one possible scenario. Next, we're going to look at your relationship to nature. And the card that came out here was the Journey, and that's in reverse. And the Nine of Arrows, dedication. So with this combination, the Tomte are telling me they don't think you spend enough time in nature, to be quite frank about it. You may be somebody who works very hard or works a lot of hours, I'm seeing with this dedication card. And also with this Queen of Stones bear, this is somebody that really wants to protect its resources, make sure it always has enough, make sure its family is looked after, make sure its loved ones are looked after. So maybe you work a lot in order to make that happen, and that might limit the amount of time that you're able to spend in nature. If you're in an environment where you can't be outdoors, or you can't bring the natural world into your work environment, that might be a possibility for you. Also, the crow is a very urban bird. It's well adapted to urban environments, so you may live in an urban environment where there's just not a lot of nature around you, perhaps, that you are able to access easily. That's a possibility as well. But the Tomte are very much seeing that they would like you to spend more time in nature, to sort of open your eyes and ears, as it were, to nature, even in small ways. If it's just noticing any bird sounds around, maybe noticing if there's a tree that grows near you, just maybe silently thanking the tree every time that you pass it. Just little acts like that can really help enhance your relationship to nature and help you feel more connected to it. Because you may be in a situation or an environment where there just simply aren't a lot of natural elements at your disposal. So I also asked for more advice from the Tomte, and they said, dance. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. And then, of course, we have that beautiful moon in the journey card. So move your body is the advice here. I think that'll help kind of free up your spirit a little bit, the Tomte are saying. Whether it's actually dancing or just taking a walk outside, that might be helpful to your spirit at this time. But body movement is definitely indicated here. If you're somebody who does yoga, you know, even doing those sort of nature-based yoga poses like tree pose can be helpful to you. Mountain pose, things that help you sort of imagine the natural world can be beneficial to you. The next word that came out for you here is idle hours. So it says take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. So if you have emerald grass in a place that you can access, that you can lie on, wonderful. That's always a nice thing to do, and that's highly recommended by the Tomte. But, you know, even if it's not literally emerald grass, it's really about being still in nature here with the idle hours card. So if you can spend some still time in nature, that would be helpful to you. Maybe it's going to a park, sitting on a park bench for, you know, just 5 minutes even. Maybe set a timer, sit on the park bench for 5 minutes and just, you know, let your senses take in everything that's going on around you as you are in this state of stillness. The Tomte would love to see that for you. And then the next card that came out for you is the word hope. And it says, an idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. And this card really points back to our Ace of Arrows there, the breath of life. I mean, that's really a card about ideas and getting new ideas. So I think, you know, an idea is coming up from the surface for you here with this earthworm card, and you'll know perhaps what this idea is, but you know, I think you're heading in the right direction with this idea. Perhaps it can give you some hope about how you can better align your life with your own inner beauties and your natural world. They can come into better alignment with this idea that you're having here, and it can really create a beautiful life for you. You know, maybe it's leaving this urban environment. Perhaps you've been thinking of that, or perhaps bringing an animal into your life or changing your relationship to animals in some way. You know, this could spark a lot of beautiful things for you. So do have hope that things can change for you in a positive way. And then the final word they brought forth for you is the word trust. It says, the robin trusts her wings, not the branch she sits on. And I really love this quote. This is something I think about from time to time, especially when I feel like the external world is, you know, really weighing on me. It helps me to remember that it's really my inner qualities that I bring to the external world, and not the other way around. So with this trust card, I'm hearing an example of like being overworked, and I see that in the dedication card here. You know, just feeling like maybe you're on a bit of a hamster wheel, that you're working to keep everything afloat. You know, you are somebody who really works very hard to look after what you have and who you love. And, you know, you may feel a bit burdened by that at times. But realize with this card that, you know, you are the wellspring of all of these talents that are, you know, providing a living for you. All of these skills and abilities and qualities that are creating this lovely home that you have, this beautiful home life or family life or household that you are engaged in. It's your inner gifts that are really making all of that possible. And you know, if you do have a job, it's your skills and qualities that you're bringing to that venue or that place. So you can focus that elsewhere, you know, in ways maybe that serve you better, perhaps. So I think this card is really encouraging you to trust that if you're feeling a little overworked or overburdened by the responsibilities of life, you can change that circumstance and maybe begin to work for yourself or apply your focus to a different arena so that you're getting back more from whatever endeavor you're engaged in. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, my pile twos. The Tomte would like to congratulate you on all of your beautiful work that you're doing in the world here. They really love how you're caring for your um, home, and they really love your wonderful ideas that are springing forth about your relationship to animals and what you can do to serve animals. And they're really encouraging you to spend more time in nature, really receive some of the healing benefits that nature has to offer in whatever large or small ways you're able to do that. They're really supporting you in that. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to the Tomte for joining us today. And I hope you got something beneficial out of this reading. If this reading did apply to you in some regard, please comment down below. Let me know how it fit for you. And I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Thank you. Hello, Pile 3. You chose the green Tomte. Welcome to your reading from the Tomte. I'm so glad you're here. So the way I have organized this reading, I have broken out into 3 categories of things that are very important to the Tomte. First, we're going to talk about your relationship to your home and your household, your relationship to animals, and your relationship to nature. We're going to ask the Tomte kind of for their observations about all of those things and anything they want to say there. So the first card that we got for you, which is perhaps a theme of the reading, is the Queen of Arrows, the Swan. So I'm getting a lot of gracefulness from this card, but I'm also getting a sense of a lot of sort of paddling furiously underneath the surface. You know, swans appear to just glide over the water, but really, you know, underneath it all, kind of behind the scenes, they're really working very hard. So this may resonate with you in some way. Also, with this card, I'm getting that you're kind of on a new path here with this swan swimming down a stream. So you may be, you know, kind of venturing down a new path in your life right now. And yeah, let's look at the various areas and we'll get a little more detail as we go forward here. So first we asked the Tomte about your relationship to your home and your household. And the cards that came up for you are the Wheel and the Quail and Gooseberry. And the Wheel is the Wheel of Fortune in traditional decks. So big change is indicated for you here. And the Quail and the Gooseberry, the word on this card is anticipation. And this usually indicates that something is about to come to fruition. So you're about to maybe hear some news, or some event is about to occur. You may know what this is already, or it could be something unexpected as well. But there's definitely change afoot here with the Wheel coming out. And this could be a move, you know, a change of household. You could be moving. You could be adding new members to your household. That's a possibility too. You could be changing locations. You could be moving to a new destination. This could be far away or not. It doesn't necessarily have to be far away, but it's a major move or a major change of some kind. So definitely change afoot, and it's about to occur here with this anticipation card coming out, and the quail and the gooseberry. So the Tomte are seeing that you're kind of in this time of change. So with the swan here, you may be very busy right now, perhaps getting ready for this big change that's about to occur. You know, maybe you've signed a lease and you're about to move into a new place, you know, and there's a lot to do for preparation that could be applicable to someone out there. So big changes afoot for you, the Tomte are noticing. I did ask the Tomte also about your relationship to animals, and we got number 9, the hooded man. And you can see here this hooded figure is talking to the little robin. So I think it's a robin. It might be another bird. It could be a wren or some other little bird. But there's a sense of talking to the animals. So I don't know if that's something that resonates for someone out there. And then we also got the fish card. And the fish is an extremely active card. It is a water card, but it's almost a kind of constant movement, very busy. And again, with this swan card coming out and that sense of paddling furiously, the fish is like always, always in motion, always swimming. This may, feel like something that is relevant to you at this time, this sense of being very busy, constantly moving. And with the hooded man coming out above this card, I'm getting the sense that the Tomte are urging you to slow down a little bit if you can, maybe even if it's just in your mind. To slow down, to take notice of the animals. I think they want you to pay attention to those little things that show up in your life, maybe little gestures. If you live with an animal, if you can start to notice little things about the animal, that can help anchor maybe your mind, perhaps, or notice the birds singing outside. We're getting a lot of birds here. We have the swan, the quail, and that little perhaps wren or robin in the card. So maybe noticing the birds can help you with maybe some of this busyness of mind or busyness of body that is happening for you right now. The Tomte are really encouraging you to tune into the animals to help anchor yourself, I think, perhaps during this time of change. We also asked the Tomte for information about your relationship with nature. And the cards that came out for that are the Three of Vessels, Joy. And this card has come out in all three readings. So I think the Tomte are up to their special antics here with it coming out in all three readings. That's quite remarkable when that happens. But obviously, Joy, I'm seeing you as being somebody who really enjoys being out in nature, of course, with this card coming out. So nature might be your happy place. That could resonate with you. We also got the Nine of Stones, tradition, and this would be the Nine of Pentacles in traditional decks. So again, it's this sense of fulfillment. I feel that you often find a lot of fulfillment when you spend time in nature, when you have access to beautiful natural spaces. This is something that really lifts up your spirit, helps to make you feel better, can be very healing for you as well. Also, I'm hearing just a specific example. The word tradition is here, and then these figures here, I believe they are stones, but on first glance, they looked like trees to me. So maybe perhaps at the time of year that I'm posting this, maybe you have a tradition of going out and finding a Christmas tree in the woods. That might be something that you do, or going out into nature somehow and finding a Christmas tree. That might resonate for you with the cards coming out this way. That might be a family tradition for you, perhaps. But I'm getting a lot of like good times in nature, enjoying nature, feeling very fulfilled in nature. A lot of beautiful things indicated there. So the Tomte are very approving of your relationship to nature. They like to see people enjoying nature and really gaining from the beauty that nature has to offer. We also got the Sun card for you, and the words on this card are healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. Again, this word joy, so very strongly indicated for you that nature is a happy place for you. So perhaps, in this time of transition that you're going through now, if you can make space to get out into nature during this time, I think you're going to get a lot of benefit for yourself. The Tomte are suggesting that, go to your happy place now. It would be very helpful for you. You may also be going to a sunny location soon. That's a possibility as well with the Sun card coming out. And also I'm seeing, a lot of healing going on with these two cards. It can be a very healing environment for you to spend time out in nature, however you can do that, taking a walk in the woods, getting near a body of water, perhaps. Lots of ways that you can enjoy nature. Additionally, we chose another card for you, and the flow card came out. It says, "Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry." And this card and the swan card here really seem to be twins almost. I think they're encouraging you again to slow down, especially with this fish card and the way that it kind of can suggest constant movement and perhaps even a little impatience. I think the Tomte are coming through to say, look, everything will be accomplished. There's no need to hurry. If you can find a way to sort of move through this change in a calm manner, I think it's going to benefit you greatly. And then finally here we have opportunities. It says, unfurl like a fern even without warm sunlight. So the quail here too is kind of the sign of some opportunity coming to fruition. So I think there is something wonderful afoot for you, might be coming into the picture here very soon after seeing this reading with this card coming out like this. Or you may have you may have an opportunity to spend time in nature coming up for you very soon, perhaps in a sunny location. But whatever opportunity you can find to spend time in nature, to tune into the animals, whether that's by going outside and observing the animals around you, or again, listening to this bird song perhaps that may be around you, that can help kind of tune you inward and help you appreciate the natural world and make you, or help you to feel more present, I guess I'm trying to say, help you to feel more present. So that you can move through this change, maybe just feeling a little better and feeling a little more joyful as well here. So beautiful reading, my pile 3. Again, the Tomte would like to congratulate you on finding all of the joy and beauty in nature that you do. I think of all the piles, you were the most nature-loving pile that came through. So beautiful to see that. And of course, the Tomte are very fond of nature as well, so they highly approve. I thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment down below and let me know what you thought of this reading. Let me know if any of this resonated for you. I would love to hear about it. And I hope I will see you in a future reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.